Hello students, and welcome back to the video lectures on memory management. This is Kiran Shinde, Assistant Professor ICMR MCA Pune. In my last video lecture, we discussed about the non-contiguous memory allocation technique, that is paging. In this video lecture, we will be talking on the concept of segmentation. To start with segmentation, before that, I should mention here that the purpose of segmentation was to provide the reliability or to increase the reliability in the system while there are multiple processes running simultaneously, and to provide isolation between the various software processes or the software tasks and the data. So let's see how it is provided. So now we will first of all touch upon what is the concept of segmentation, and then we will see some basic theoretical points related to segmentation. So let us try to understand the meaning of segmentation here first. The segmentation provides complete separation of user memory and the physical memory. So that's the purpose which we already understood with the help of paging. This technique divides the memory into variable size of segments. Now, to make it easy for you, I'm going to compare certain points of segmentation with paging so that you can find the conceptual differences between paging and segmentation. Like in this particular point, if you try to recollect, in paging we have seen that the paging divides the logical memory into various pages, whereas in segmentation, the memory is divided into various segments. Each segment has a unique name and a unique length, like exactly what is the name of that particular segment and what is the length of that segment, means how many bytes or how many memory partitions that particular segment is going to occupy. Here, the logical address generated by the CPU is actually defined as segment number and segment offset. Now, if you compare this point with paging, in paging what we understood, the logical address generated by the CPU is actually divided into page number and page offset. In segmentation, the logical address will hold segment number and the segment offset. Now let us try to understand the concept of segmentation with a simple analogy. Like in any of your program, may it be a C program or it is a C++ program, essentially your program is composed of these the different logical units, such as the main program, the procedure, the function, the methods, the objects, local variables, global variables, some common block of code, stack elements, symbol table, and arrays. So these are typical components of any program you code by making use of any programming language. Now, all these components are divided into various sections or logical units. Now, in this, those logical units will be called as segments. So if you see here, user's view of a program, essentially a program can be broadly seen with respect to these components. The subroutine or the procedures which you have declared in your program, defining your program, stack elements, symbol table, main program, and any inbuilt function which you have used. So all these segments are actually mapped, or all these segments are stored in your physical memory in terms of the memory stack, which is shown in these particular images. Like for example, segment 1, you can see here segment 2, segment 3 and segment 4. And very essentially, those are stored in the physical memory in non-contiguous fashion. If you see an example of a C++ code or a snippet here, I have just divided this particular code into 3 different segments to make it easy for you or to make it understandable to you. Like for example, the header files, the instructions related to header files can be actually viewed from one segment point of view. We have named it as segment 1. Then maybe the main program and the instructions which are residing in the main program can be stored in segment 2, and the function which is used here, that is sum, okay, the definition of the sum function, the instructions related to sum function can be combined in segment 3. So essentially this C++ program can be broadly divided in terms of memory in 3 segments: segment 1, segment 2 and segment 3. So how exactly it will look in physical memory? So if your program is divided into maybe 5 segments like this, segment 0 to segment 4, then the segmentation will actually make use of a data structure that is segment table. Like in paging, we have seen page table, which was holding at simpler level two fields, page number and the frame number. Now in segmentation technique, the segment table will be used, which will hold two fields, limit, that is the number of bytes that particular segment is occupying, and base, that is the starting address of the segment. Now, if you want to see any of the entry in this particular segment table, actually how it will look in physical memory, just have a look at this tag. For example, segment 0 is having limit as 1000 bytes and the base or the starting address is 1400 memory, 1400 byte. So just see here, segment 0 is starting at this particular memory location. For simplicity, we have numbered it as 1400 and then it will hold 1000 bytes as per the segment table. So 1400 plus 1000, it will give you 2400. So this is what? This is the area of segment 0 which is occupied in your physical memory. So like that, you can just see all the other segments, how they are occupied in the physical memory by using these two field values, limit address register and the base address register. Now, some more points related to segmentation. It uses a segment table, as just I told you and showed you. This table converts the two-dimensional logical address into one-dimensional physical address, that is the final physical address with frame number plus offset. Each entry in the segment table will hold base address and segment or limit. Segment base contains the starting address and limit specifies the length of the segment. So the generated logical address will be segment number and the segment offset. So segment number indicates the index in that particular table and offset must be between 0 to the segment limit because that is the actual displacement value inside that particular segment. Now, let us look at this particular slide. Segmentation with paging is actually divided into two more sub-techniques, that is segmented paging and page segmentation, which is essentially been used from the processors from Intel 386 onwards. So in this video lecture, we will talk about how this segmented paging technique works. Essentially, segmented paging means pages of same size having various segments, and page segmentation means various size segments having multiple pages. Now, at first go, you will find it little confusing, but if I show you a simple diagram, you will understand it. Now here you can see the first diagram is exhibiting segmented paging and the other diagram is exhibiting page segmentation. So in the first diagram, one segment is holding the pages, okay, the number of pages may be of equal size, and in the second diagram you can see one page is holding the segments which are of variable sizes. So how exactly it works in terms of memory management, we will see with an example. So we will see how this segmented paging works. Now, let us have a look at this particular image. Now, in this particular image, if you see, the different tables are mentioned here in the combined manner. So, essentially, segmented paging is a memory management or memory allocation technique which makes use of the advantages of both the techniques, paging and segmentation. So, ultimately, it is a combination of paging and segmentation. Okay, so here you can see the page table is mentioned, the segment table is mentioned, and ultimately the physical memory allocation is also mentioned. So we will see how the CPU is actually going to use the memory allocation technique here. So CPU will generate the logical address, which will have three fields now: segment number, page number, and the offset value. The segment number will be used in order to find out the desired segment number in the segment table and then the associated page table base address, because this segment table will hold all the page table base addresses. So the first point here is, by making use of the segment number, we will first find out the page table base address. After the page table base address is found, the second field in the logical address will be utilized to find out the index in the page table. So this page number will be used to find out the associated page number and frame number mapping in that particular page table. So here you can see this particular page number with index, page number as an index and the frame number for that particular page number. After the frame number is found, then this third value in the logical address will be used, okay, to add it to the frame number which we actually found with the page table and to get the desired physical address. So this frame number will be added with the page offset and the final memory location in the physical memory will be found. So like this, in segmented paging, after the CPU generates the logical address, the segment table and the page table will work hand in hand together to find out the desired memory location in physical memory. I hope you understood this particular technique of segmentation. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next video.